Boxing's Throwdown. This is our third and final segment where we'll be talking about open discussion, so try not to get stupid, will you? I'm Aurelio Martinez, Steven Johnson. Okay,
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Damn.
But Steve, we're going to talk a little bit about a mixture of things. Go ahead and start off. I know you want to talk about dad-son combinations. I want to talk about some of the future fights coming up, like Deontay Wilder coming up, Mikey Garcia. So just start the ball rolling.
Well, we talked last week a little bit about, father-son combinations that have been successful to a degree, but at some point it reflects on the career of the boxer. And we had, two upcoming fights where we have Danny Garcia is fighting Brandon Rios.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. He's fighting Brandon Rios. And then we have Chris Eubanks Jr. is fighting George Groves. Wow, that was hard to get out.
Yep.
But anyway, these are two that their dads have overshadowed the career of the sons. And it kind of makes you pick a side, just because of the interaction of the one. But those are two fights that are really going to be fantastic fights. They're going to be here in the later month of February. But let's talk first about the upcoming fight. That'll be, I think it's February 17th, where we'll have Brandon Rios and Danny Garcia fighting at the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. I think that a lot of people, myself included, feel that Brandon Rios is done. But there's a lot of conversation about this fight because one thing we know about Brandon Rios, he's got a lot of bulldog in him.
Yeah,
he's not going to quit. And so they think that's going to make for an exciting fight. I, on the other hand, believe that Danny Garcia is taking this fight a little more personal than he has other fights. The mere fact that people are mentioning him in a competitive fight with Brandon Rios, who some people would think is shot, he's taking it personal. I expect to see the best of Danny Garcia.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I had to make a prediction, I'll make it. I don't see Danny Garcia having any problem whatsoever. Brandon Rios is right in front of you, and he's there to get hit. He gets hit in his fights. You got Danny Garcia, which I've always said he's sneaky good. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
his punches come out where you don't see him coming,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to have a field day hitting Brandon Rios. Well, whether he can hurt and put Brandon out is the question, because Brandon Rios is going to be there and he's going to be coming at you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, I'm really interested, since we're talking about pops and sons. I'm kind of going to look to see if Angel comes off with this stupid nonsense before the fight with his mouthing off, and he's getting crazy because
He can't help himself.
But I think it's starting to affect the relationship, like you say, between fighter, son, and father. I really do. So let's see if Danny Garcia has tamed his dad, okay? Because, hey, Pops, this fight's not about you. It's about me, okay? Because all in all, even though I think it should be a relatively easy fight for Danny Garcia, I think it's a dangerous fight for Danny Garcia, because if for some reason Danny Garcia should lose, man, it puts him out of the picture.
No, there's no question.
It puts him out of the picture,
There's
man.
no question. He's done if he loses, But like you said, we had. Remember, Rob, my favorite, and a guy that you didn't care for, but that was with Robert the Ghost Guerrero. His dad did the same thing. Was always out front. And like Danny, you remember he used to say, "My dad just deflects all pressure from me," and we know now that his dad, all that he said that, but it was putting more pressure on him. Because everybody, like I said, started to go on the other way. Your dad's running his mouth, he want to see you go. I think, like I said, if Danny Garcia loses this fight, first thing is that we are 100% agreement on that. He's about done. I can't see him demand anything because, in the last month or so, he's been running his mouth a lot, saying, I think the one comment that got my attention was he said that Keith Thurman is the one that he wants, but that, the words have been about Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence. And he said Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence need to fight each other in order to get a shot at me. Talking about Danny Garcia.
Right.
I think that was almost comical when I saw that. It was like he really thinks a little too much of himself. But just staying on topic, like you said, he has to win this fight.
Well, he's fading.
Against Brandon Rios.
He's fading as far as his stock. Okay, you got Thurman, you got Spence coming in. You got too many. You got too many
and don't
exciting
forget, we
fighters.
still got, you know,
that are coming in.
Sean Porter still in the mix.
And don't forget, Thurman took care of Danny and gave him his only defeat.
Right.
So he needs to do something. I personally think this was a stupid fight for him to take. Okay, because it's a fight he should win, and there's nothing for him to gain by winning Brandon Rios. Okay, absolutely nothing.
That's a valid point.
But let's move on. What about some of these? Let's talk about the best heavyweight today in boxing. Okay.
You talking about Tyson Fury?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, the reason I mentioned Tyson is
because you know what I'm going to say.
Well,
right now there's nobody out there that can beat Deontay Wilder. Right now he's, in my opinion, the best heavyweight boxer out there. It's just my opinion. I know you're going to argue with me, but go ahead.
I don't want to argue.
It's because you don't like the way he talks in his end, and I don't particularly like that either.
No, well,
okay, but put that all aside. Let's talk about who can beat him in the ring.
Well, let's go back to like we talked about in our very first segment today. Okay, European boxers, European fans don't need United States. Okay, they've got their world champion right now, Anthony Joshua. Okay.
Okay.
Deontay, hold on.
Don't throw oranges in my bushel of apples. Okay.
Let me finish, and then I'll give you your turn. I'm just saying that, for Deontay Wilder to constantly run his mouth and saying, he's the world champion, before he beat whoever it was to get his title, he was saying about Joshua or Klitschko that he'd go over and fight them in Russia or UK or wherever. Mm-hmm. Now he's changed his tune, and now he says they should come to fight the United States. He even has some other boxers. Lennox Lewis, a few weeks ago, Lennox Lewis said, Joshua should go over to America. No, he shouldn't. You stay right there. You've got the belt.
Okay, but
hold on. He's selling out Wembley Stadium with 90,000 people.
I don't care about that.
Deontay Wilder's most people he's fought in front of was 6,000 people in Alabama.
I don't care about that. Let's talk about who the best boxer is. What does destination and arena have to do with who's the best boxer?
Well, as you
are you trying to tell me Joshua's a better fighter in your opinion?
Promote every week.
You
promote every week how it's about the money. So if it's about the money,
that's not what I brought
Deontay
up.
Wilder's got to take his ass over to UK.
This guy don't know how to talk. He's throwing oranges in my bushel of apples.
I do what he does.
Who's the best heavyweight boxer today? Okay, Deontay Wilder, without a doubt. You guys may have your own opinion on who you think. I personally think Joshua's going to have a hard time with Parker when they fight.
I don't doubt that because
who's your best
awkward.
heavyweight?
He's come throwing the windmill punches.
Ask him who his
He's
best
throwing the
heavyweight
windmill punches from down Alabama, Mississippi, come all around like that. He's awkward. He's like
who's the best heavyweight boxer today? Just say Wilder. Just say Wilder.
Joshua. You asked me and I told you. Now you want to laugh.
I tricked him.
I told you. But see, I'm saying Ricardo Mayorga was wild like that. He caused problems for people because they weren't used to that. Remember when he beat what's our kid that passed away? He did our clinic with us down in Colorado Springs. I can't remember. I'll think of his name in a minute. But anyway, you could actually see he's like, where's this dude throwing these punches from? And he couldn't believe it. And that's what Wilder does. But I think Joshua, with his straight down the pike punches, if you remember, we got to see, a lot of people don't remember, but we got to see some sparring sessions with Deontay Wilder and Vladimir Klitschko. And Klitschko beamed him a couple times, man, and you saw him, his day did the stanky legs, man. He was going to go, okay? I see Joshua throwing straight down the pike like that. But it's a matter of, like I said, he's so awkward. If that confuses, but let me move up a little bit, you're not going to like this. Tyson Fury just came back the day after he was cleared. Tyson Fury said, I'm looking for all these dudes. And Tyson Fury, no matter what issues we got, if he's on point, he's a factor.
Tyson Fury's a good boxer, but he's a head case. Everybody knows that.
I said if he's got his shit together, he poses a problem for everybody.
I don't think so.
Of course not. That's what you do.
I don't think so. I'm very interested, and this is going to tell me a whole lot when we're talking about Joshua Wilder when he fights Ortiz, okay, the Cuban heavyweight, because he's not just going to go in there and be able to hit Ortiz.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Oh my goodness.
Ortiz is part of that Cuban style of fighting. He's got the elusiveness, and he's not going to take a solid shot. Okay.
Did you see his last fight? Did you see him be elusive at all?
I saw him win, and I saw him win
Okay.
decisively.
All right.
So what I'm saying, it's going to show me if Joshua comes in trying to throw them Mississippi punches against.
You mean Wilder?
Wilder. If Wilder does that, thank you.
Of course.
He's going to get hit. He's going to get hit by Ortiz because Ortiz. Say what you want to say. He's no joke. He knows how to handle himself in the ring. Okay, whether he beats Wilder or not, and he's not. Okay, but it's gonna show me something about Wilder, because if he ever does fight Joshua, he'll have to be 100%. He'll have to be on his game.
All right, folks, that's where we're going to end up our third segment of Inside Boxing's Throwdown. You got to hear Raymio Martinez's take on some things. I know that you're like me, you agree some of them are flat out comical. But Inside Boxing, editor at Inside Boxing, you can send it to read directly, confront him. I don't have to worry about anything.
Okay, guys, I was trying to get on under his feathers, because I know him already.
Under my feathers? What
I'm telling you, yeah, I'm feathers.
Man, this dude is tripping.
You guys remember on one of the last shows, I had him going so hard, he started talking about how short I am. You know, well, shit, I know you.
Oh, we said things went over his head, and I said, man, you're 5'5". Of course shit goes over your head. And he took it personal. Okay.
See you next time. Okay.
Inside Boxing's Throwdown. We'll be back next week. Enjoy Super Bowl Sunday.
Meantime, keep them hands up.
Keep them up, baby.